Welcome to Hare Krishna News. So the news for today is Srila Prabhupada envisions a new Vrindavan. Srila Prabhupada in one of his letters said, "You have a New York, a New England, and so many duplicates of various European countries in your country of United States. Then why not import a new Vrindavan in your country?" It was in his letters dated 17th March 1968. In the spring of 2013, the board members of ISKCON New Vrindavan and ECO-Vrindaban unanimously adopted a new community vision statement. It was called Srila Prabhupada's Vision for New Vrindavan. Its implementation as a renowned focus for the community might be new, but its root goes long back even before Srila Prabhupada went to United States. Back in 1956, while working alone in Delhi on his Back to Godhead magazine, Prabhupada had written a series of articles detailing the vision for a community where people would live a simple life based on the teachings of Srimad Bhagavad-gita. When he established ISKCON in New York in 1966, his 7 purposes for the society included bringing members closer together for the purpose of teaching a simpler and more natural way of life. As early as January 1968, he was issuing specific instruction about the community to his disciple. He said the ashram may be named as ISKCON Nagaris or ISKCON New Vrindavan. And from May 1968, the year when New Vrindavan was established, he issued a string of letters to his disciples describing exactly how he envisioned the community. Through these, it's clear that Srila Prabhupada saw New Vrindavan as a sacred place known worldwide for 5 primary things. The first for cow protection, second for self-sufficiency, third for holy pilgrimage, fourth for spiritual education, and above all, loving Lord Krishna. And it's these things that form the core of New Vrindavan's vision statement today. The first 4 are all connected to the last, that is loving Lord Krishna. While teaching the importance of cow protection, for instance, Srila Prabhupada aligned New Vrindavan with the original transcendental village of Vrindavan, where Lord Krishna, his brother Balram, and their friends would take their cows to the pasturing grounds every morning. Srila Prabhupada used to say, Krishna, by his practical example, taught us to give all protection to the cows, and that should be the main business of New Vrindavan. He wrote this in a letter in 1968 to Haigrave Prabhu. Prabhupada taught the early residents of Vrindavan to respect the cow and bull as their mothers and father, as they could also provide so many of the essentials of life. The bull could till the ground and could be used for carting and transporting, while the cows would take care of the dung for the fuel and milk and butter, the ghee and the cheese for nourishment. The whole idea of New Vrindavan is that men who are living there should produce their own food, of which milk is the principal thing. He wrote this to Kirtananand Swami in July 1969. Srila Prabhupada envisioned New Vrindavan as a self-governing village that would set an example for the world and contain all the basic necessities residents needed. In one letter, he explained how they could grow various vegetables, fruits, wheat, and various cereals, as well as hand-woven cloth, and use an ox-powered mill to grind seeds into oil. Working to create this self-sufficiency, meanwhile, would keep the devotees busy in the service of Lord and ensure that they didn't have to search any kind of jobs outside their lifestyle. This simple life, wherein devotees had everything they wanted and weren't distracted by trying to derive sense pleasure from modern amenities, was the key to developing high thinking, or in other words, Krishna consciousness, the true nature of the soul. New Vrindavan is unique as the only farm community he envisioned in such a way. He said, I have an ambition to build 7 temples there. They are as follows: Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Govind, Radha Gopinath, Radha Damodar, Radha Raman, Radha Gokulanand, Radha Shyam Sundar. He wrote this as early as in 1968. He added in the other letters, the hilly portion may be named as the Govardhan, and if there are lakes, they could be named as Shyamakund and Radhakund. Prabhupada hoped that these attractions and the Krishna consciousness way of life would draw the people to visit. He said, I am sure this attraction will make our members more friendly, and surely they will come in numbers in future, so that New Vrindavan will be an ideal place for visiting for the neighboring provinces, he wrote. Adding to the appeal of New Vrindavan would be its spiritually educated residents, who would be able to realize the first of Prabhupada's 7 purposes for ISKCON and systematically propagate spiritual knowledge to the society, in order to check the imbalance of values in the life and to achieve real unity and peace in the world. Prabhupada specifically called a Rupanuk Vidyapit in New Vrindavan, a school for educating the Brahmins and the Vaishnavas. He also recommended a school to teach the Varnashrama, a traditional Vedic social structure of natural vocations and life stages, as well as a primary school where children would come together from urban centers to learn reading, writing, mathematics, the basic sciences, as well as Krishna consciousness. All of this, of course, comes down to Srila Prabhupada's main mission, that is loving Lord Krishna. The cows, the trees, the cowherd boys, and the gopis of Vrindavan, their chief engagement was loving Krishna, he wrote in his letter in July 1973. And in Vrindavan, we want to create the atmosphere and thereby show the whole world how practical and sublime our movement is actually. Another integral part of loving Krishna, of course, is to love his devotees. And this time, perhaps, Srila Prabhupada's second most important instruction for New Vrindavan residents and for the greater ISKCON society was to love and appreciate each other and to work cooperatively with each other. During his first visit in 1969, Srila Prabhupada told his devotee communities, discussing how to manage the fledgling devotee community. You must jointly work. There may be times when there would be disagreements, but you should settle up. Otherwise, how can you make progress? In a letter to Upendra Prabhu, he wrote, Now all my disciples must work combinedly and with cooperation. Our society is like one big family, and our relationships should be based on love and trust. And to Baburu Prabhu, he wrote, Sometimes there may be disagreements and quarrel, but we should not go away. These things can be adjusted by the cooperative spirit, tolerance, and maturity. After his first visit to New Vrindavan, Srila Prabhupada continued to guide his disciples on the development of his transcendental village through many letters dated and various visits during the time period of 1972, 1974 and 1976. And now, nearly 50 years later, New Vrindavan residents and well-wishers continue to cooperate with each other for their spiritual idol community, a New Vrindavan, imported all the way from Krishna's sacred land to their own country. So that was all about Srila Prabhupada Envisions, a New Vrindavan. For more news, please visit Hare Krishna News. Thank you.